Hello, I welcome you again to Sorted GH Sports. My name is Derek Sefadebra. You can call me Sorted Jetted. Your weekend review is here once again. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. More mubenya video we TikTok no. Udi say obe like it. Now what share. YouTube so esremu. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Always, I'm here with Desmond. Charlie, the weekend, no.
Yeah.
So many things happen.
Yeah, it's been really busy in the weekend.
Now, nice. Okay, so viewers, let me first go through the score sheet, and then also we dive into the analysis of the weekend. Chelsea won against Fulham 2-0. Manchester United secured their first league win in the Premier League against Burnley at the Old Trafford. Manchester United 3, Burnley 2. Sunderland continued their win streak against Brentford. Sunderland scored 2-1 against Brentford. Also, Tottenham Hotspur surprisingly lost to Bournemouth. Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 1. Wolves 2, Everton 3. Grealish so far has assisted 4 times in his 3 appearances for Everton. Also, Leeds United 0, Newcastle 0. Newcastle so far in their 3 games, no win for them. We don't know whether it's the Alexander Isak saga. And here is it. Let's just continue. Brighton 2, Manchester City 1. Nottingham Forest 0, West Ham 3. Liverpool, you will never walk alone 1. Arsenal, the Gunners 0. Goal by Szoboszlai. He was declared the player of the weekend in the English Premier League. Also, Aston Villa lost 3 goals to Crystal Palace. At the end of match week 3 in the Premier League, Liverpool are on top of the table with 9 points. Chelsea follow Arsenal in that order. Manchester United are on the 9th position on the league log, same as Manchester City, 13th position on the league log. Now the top scorers, Erling Haaland with 3 goals, Chris Wood 2 goals, Hugo Ekitike, and that order 2, Joao Pedro, and that follows. Jack Grealish with 4 assists for Everton in the Premier League. Also, El Hadi Malik Diop 2 assists, Joao Pedro 2 assists, and that follow. Now I have with me here Desmond. Let's get into the weekend review in the English Premier League. First, Chelsea hosted Fulham at the Stamford Bridge. Chelsea won by a lone goal to 0. What are some of your 2 goals to 0? Pardon me, 2 goals to 0. What can you see on this game?
It was a dramatic game between Fulham and Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. I mean, we could attest to the fact that there were so many VAR verdicts. They disallowed Josh King goal against Chelsea. I mean, they could have won the match if that goal stood in the match. But in the end, Chelsea won by 2 goals to 0 and keeping clean sheet in the end. So, yeah, thanks out to Chelsea.
So, Fulham in the first half, they were really they dominated Chelsea as well. So at the end of the day, they couldn't win. What went wrong?
I mean, Fulham could have won the game if went for the disallowed goal between. If it wasn't the disallowed goal that failed them in the game against Chelsea. I mean, in the first half, they dominated Chelsea very well. They made full of Sasa Lukic and then Iwobi, the Nigerian international. They played really well. They gave Chelsea a good run for their money in the first half at Stamford Bridge. I mean, in the second half, we're all looking for Fulham to win the game back. In the end, Chelsea won.
Yeah. In the end, Chelsea won. So congrats to Enzo Maresca. So far, they are second on the league log. After the international break, matches will be commenced. Then we see from there if Chelsea can still continue with their unbeaten streak. So far in the Premier League, Liverpool, Chelsea are unbeaten. So after the break, let's see what happens. The second game, Manchester United won against Burnley at Old Trafford. We also saw the last-minute drama by Bruno Fernandes. Some people were saying, it was foul on the line. Yeah, by the way, they won their first game in the Premier League. Ruben Amorim. With my game.
I mean, in that game, they dominated the game very well. they created so many goal scoring opportunities, which I think Manchester United could have won by 3 goal margins. It could have been X2 or 7-2 and win margin for Manchester United. But in the end, they won by 2 goals, 3 goals to 2 against Burnley at Old Trafford. In the Manchester United team, still there are still some persistent errors in the Manchester United. If you look at their defense, there are loopholes in the Manchester United defense, and as well as the goalkeeper. It's a problem for Manchester United. Considering the goal he considered against Burnley's Anthony. That wasn't the good instinct of a goalkeeper for Manchester United. Yeah.
All right. So let's move on to at Anfield, Liverpool against Arsenal. So far, before this game, their last 3 games at Anfield, it ended in a draw. We all saw the kind of tactical mindset Mikel Arteta took into the game against Liverpool. Arsenal has quality. Sorry, Arsenal have qualities. And for a coach as Mikel Arteta, playing this kind of ball against a top tier Liverpool, Charlie, League, do you think Arsenal able to match this league?
Arsenal went to the game purposely to salvage a draft out of that game. But in the end, surprisingly, a goal from Superstar denied them a draw at Anfield. And you can question Mikel Arteta's tactics against Liverpool in the game. We could see passes from Merino. If they are surging into the third half,
Sure.
the third half of Liverpool's, or they are surging into the box for Liverpool. You see they retrogress the pass. They pass backwards again. And you question that why would Mikel Arteta give their boys such a tactic to deploy on the field.
Sure.
If they want to be champions, they should play attacking in every game they play. Yeah.
Because looking at for some seasons now, Manchester City and Liverpool, they are the 2 teams that they've dominated the English Premier League for some years now. Because they have qualities. A team like Manchester City, who need defense or defensive problem for a while now. But because of the offensive and then the attacking game, City, but even Liverpool, they secure so many points. Especially look at Liverpool. There was a time that was secured 95 points. I want to win the league. But Mikel Arteta, with his tactical mindset or defensive mindset too much. Even though very hard for Arsenal to concede goals, but I don't think if Mikel Arteta takes this mindset into the Premier League or League, because Liverpool, we shouldn't forget, I'm signing Alexander Isak. Look at the goals that this guy scored last season for Newcastle United. Or joining up with Mohamed Salah, Florian Wirtz, and then Hugo Ekitike. First and foremost, we shouldn't forget, now your dream Arsenal needed a striker. Indeed, they had one. But Liverpool, we shouldn't forget, has also brought so many strikers up front. So this season is not going to be easy. But let's talk about Dominic Szoboszlai against Newcastle United and then Arsenal. He was played out of position. He was crowned the best player in Week 3. Then I'm with the performance of Szoboszlai.
Good performance from the Hungarian international, in the sense that for a player born out of position, now it's me bad midfield. Look at the game in the game. Look into the game against Arsenal. The left, he played at the right back, and some point he'll come into midfield, then he spreads the passes and then goes back to face Martinelli. Martinelli, even as a typical winger, couldn't even make a complete dribble pass Dominic Szoboszlai, and that shows that player, he has so many qualities in him. Yeah.
We all saw in the game that Florian Wirtz in the first half, not sloppy, but in the second half, he came into the game. Even the whole Liverpool team, their passes, their quick passes and stuff. Do you think when Liverpool continue like this in the English Premier League, which team do you think can break this Liverpool team?
If Liverpool continue like this, I don't see any team. Trying to win. I don't see any team who would like to play against this monstrous Liverpool team. They have so many qualities in the team, from the defense, midfield to attack. In addition, they are now adding Isak from Newcastle, and that's a great addition to the Liverpool squad. He's going to be a good player for them.
A top notch indeed.
Yeah.
All right, so viewers, you are still watching Sorted GH Sports. On subscribe here, subscribe, like, let's share video. And more, I prefer some share. More share or TikTok. Like it. Let's share video. Let's move on to the Spanish La Liga. Results for the weekend: Elche 2, Levante 0, Valencia 3, Getafe 0, Deportivo Alaves 1, Atletico de Madrid 1. So far, Diego Simeone winning game here. So let's see what happens. Also, Real Oviedo 1, Real Sociedad 0, Girona 0, Sevilla 2, Real Madrid won 2 goals against Mallorca 1 at the Santiago de Bernabeu. Celta Vigo 1, Villarreal, Thomas Partey's Villarreal 1, Real Betis 1, Athletic Club de Bilbao 2, Espanyol 1, Osasuna 0, Rayo Vallecano 1, Barcelona 1. This game was intense. Barcelona new win like the away record against Rayo Vallecano very difficult. So far the game was intense. Lami Yama Charlie Omuchichi Bibia. Right now no, it shows clearly say Lami Yama will game. I say China. We all don't know. Let's go to Desmond and let's analyze 1 or 2 things about the Spanish La Liga. But we shouldn't forget the league table is on your screen. Real Madrid leads, Athletic Club de Bilbao second, Villarreal, Barcelona in that order. Was screen so na like a share MIA. Let's go to Desmond. Desmond, weekend games. Rayo Vallecano 1, Barcelona 1. Then I bet me Akafasa game.
I mean, in the previous matches, difficult granted in my Barca, especially Barcelona.
Sure.
If Omoko like they struggle to win. I mean, they do all they can, but they are not able to get the game into their hands as they want. I mean, and Rayo make that ground a difficult ground for them. Many times they go there, they struggle. And we can all attest to the fact that in the recent match they played again, they struggled again, and this time they come out with a draw against Rayo Vallecano.
Good. So we share in the game now. Barcelona were really struggling. Marcus Rashford didn't start the game, no. But I think say Lewandowski up front, no, not our bench because with his injury records, Barcelona are going into Europe. The side performance we Europe now. We know Barcelona a top club. They perform at the highest level. But their game against a team or struggle, it shows clearly again, say, what's struggle? Actually, anyway.
I mean, Hansi Flick that is no reason. And offside trap, I mean, seems now on your mobile is now they are trying to exploit loopholes in the outside trap. In the sense that Barcelona almost offside trap almost seems now being who they are. On the maneuver one way.
Sure.
Yeah. It's Hansi Flick will have to find another way to set up the Barcelona team up. So that we'll be winning start games.
Hansi Flick, you should find another way. So you can, win back again your Spanish La Liga. Now let's move on to Real Madrid. Xabi Alonso, 3 out of 3. Onupo na him so struggle. Omuko FIFA Club World Cup. But so far we're winning 3 out of 3 games, 9 points for Xabi Alonso, 100% run. What are the positives?
I mean, Real Madrid don't dominate the game,
of course.
But one thing I said, Real Madrid for said that early goal they conceded from Morici of Mallorca against. I mean, Real Madrid should have to work on their defense. I mean, who conceded sad goals against the likes of Liverpool and PSG in the Champions League? I mean, it's going to. It's really going to hurt the Real Madrid fans. So Xabi Alonso to look on that and then work on that for the Real Madrid and on the Real Madrid team. And also Kylian Mbappe. I mean, even for a Mallorca team to catch Kylian Mbappe on so many offsides, clearly shows that Kylian Mbappe, I mean, he should work on how he positions himself so that he can get so many. I mean, Real Madrid could have won at least by a scoreline of, I think, 5-1 because they scored the Kylian Mbappe has so many chances. He could have converted those chances. Yeah.
Okay, Charlie. So viewers, I think Yabe Endo has said, but I shouldn't forget, we will bringing you the UEFA Champions League analysis as well. Chelsea will be facing Bayern Munich and the rest. Continue to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Your involvement and engagement are very pleasing and amazing to us. Thank you once again, and I'm your host, Derek Sefadebra. You can call me Salted Jetted. Desmond was my guest for today. Ali, thank you for coming.
Oh, you're welcome.
Stay back and enjoy our program. Be out.